She said it so casually I almost laughed. It's just one night with my CEO. He's my fantasy. The air between us stopped moving. My reflection in her eyes didn't blink. I said, "Okay." She waited, for anger, for disbelief, for anything human. I gave her nothing. She exhaled, nervous laughter spilling out like it could fill the silence. "You're not mad?" I looked past her, to the wine glass on the table, half full, the lipstick stain, the tiny tremor in her hand. "No," I said, "you've earned it." Her smile faltered. She thought I meant freedom. I meant evidence. That night I watched her leave in a black dress she'd never worn for me. She didn't see me move to my phone, didn't hear the quiet clicks, tracking her Uber route, forwarding her text thread to a backup email, syncing her messages to my cloud. When she closed the door, I poured her unfinished wine into the sink and stared at the lipstick mark swirling down the drain. The same color she wore the night she said, "You're my safe place." At 2:17 a.m., her location tag stopped moving at the Sterling Hotel. By 6:45 a.m., I had an alert. The CEO of Sterling & Co. was trending. The headline read, "Sterling Merger Collapses Amid CEO Scandal." And underneath, a leaked quote. "Who the hell is your husband?" I smiled. Finally, someone asked the right question. I'd met David Sterling once. A handshake, a faint smile, a passing comment. "Your wife is brilliant. I'd trust her with my life." He did. She'd been working late for weeks. Conference calls, strategy decks, merger briefs. I'd watched her rehearse corporate jargon in the mirror like an actress perfecting her lines. The night before her fantasy, she deleted her call history. She thought I wouldn't notice the missing pattern, the nightly 11:23 p.m. sync between her phone and his. I did. Still, I said nothing, because silence disarms liars. When she returned home that morning, she wore sunglasses though the blinds were closed. The smell of his cologne, sterile, expensive, followed her in. "How was it?" I asked. "Fine." Her voice trembled, not from guilt, but from confusion. Why wasn't I reacting? Why wasn't I shouting? Because I'd already started collecting her truths like evidence bags. A lipstick-stained receipt, a hotel timestamp, a message draft unsent. "He's married. We have to be careful." She moved around the kitchen like a stranger in her own home, bumping into chairs, spilling coffee, avoiding my gaze. By noon, she was pacing, checking her phone every 30 seconds. When it finally rang, her blood drained. She answered in the other room. I still heard everything. The CEO's voice was frantic, almost pleading. "They know. The board knows. The merger's dead. Everything's dead. Who the hell is your husband?" She stuttered, begged, denied. And I sat in silence, stirring my coffee. Because I already knew the merger was dead. I'd killed it the moment she called it a fantasy. I'm not impulsive, I'm observant. While she was with him, I was inside his network. She'd left her laptop open too many nights, her VPN logged into Sterling's internal server. One traceroute later, I had access to her confidential merger documents. Another click, and so did his competitors. By dawn, whispers had started circulating through investor forums, timed releases of leaked reports, all anonymized, all pointing back to Sterling. I didn't need revenge through violence. Corporate chaos was more poetic. Every message she sent, every file she touched, was timestamped through her credentials. When the breach was discovered, her name surfaced in every audit. I didn't forge anything. I just let the truth breathe. She returned from the call trembling. "They found something," she whispered. "Someone hacked the system." "Strange," I said. "Maybe it's your fantasy catching up." Her eyes flicked up, fear blooming behind the mascara. For days she spiraled, calls unanswered, emails ignored. Sterling suspended her pending investigation. At night, she cried quietly beside me, thinking I was asleep. I wasn't. I was memorizing the sound of guilt, learning to breathe. I checked the financial news every morning, sipping my coffee like ritual. Sterling's stock plummeted. The merger was declared irrecoverable. And still, she didn't know that every digital breadcrumb led back home, to my IP address, to her login, to our quiet little house where betrayal had started. The investigation report arrived on a Friday. She tore through it, eyes wide, breath shallow. Each page was an accusation wrapped in corporate language. Unauthorized access traced to account L. Matthews. Her name. Her trembling hand smudged the ink. Oh my God, they think I leaked the data. I watched her unravel, one denial at a time. She turned to me, desperate. You believe me, right? I handed her a flash drive. Everything you're looking for is here. She blinked, confused. What is this? The truth. When she plugged it in, her face drained of color. Screenshots of her texts with Sterling, location logs, email traces, access logs rerouted through our home Wi-Fi. She whispered, How did you? I cut her off with a single sentence. You said it was just one night. The words landed like a blade laid gently against skin. She backed away, realization dawning not all at once, but in slow, suffocating waves. She wasn't just betrayed, she was checkmated. She followed me to the door as I packed. You ruined me, she said, voice breaking. No, I said. You did that when you chose him. I didn't shout. I didn't even look at her. I spoke the way a surgeon explains a fatal diagnosis. Her tears came late, delayed reactions to truths she'd spent months burying. I can fix this, she whispered. I stopped, turned just enough for her to see my eyes. You already did. You fixed me. I handed her a small envelope,